Hello friends, welcome back. I am Vivekanandan. So in today's video, let us discuss about inspirational women in the field of business and all the sectors related with business. Once upon a time in India, when women went to study, when they went for schools, it was considered a huge thing. People looked at it with a lot of surprise. But then Indian women not only stopped with education, they also went to work. And today they don't just go for work. Today they also run a lot of businesses, and they are also doing this with a lot of finesse, business acumen, and making their mark in the world of business, entrepreneurship, finance, economics, science and technology, and various other different fields. And they are also serving as an inspiration to both men and women. So in today's video, let us discuss about around 10 women in this particular video. So in fact, if you take the list, is a very extensive list, but then what I have done over here is I have just picked one person from one particular different fields. So for this particular video, we will discuss about these personalities. So to start with, let me begin with the banking industry. So this woman, Mrs. Arundhati Bhattacharya, so she is known for being the head of one of India's largest banks, which is the State Bank of India. And now at one point of time, she was considered to be one of the 25 most powerful women in the world. And very recently, she also got retired from her position. But the point is, she is not a person who is going to rest on her laurels, previously achieved things. Today she is still working. She is the India head of Salesforce, one another large conglomerate. So and the first person is Arundhati Bhattacharya, and the second person is Mrs. Anushka Sharma. The moment I say Miss Anushka, people might be surprised. She is an actor, but then she actually started her entrepreneurial journey way earlier. It is said that she started her production house Clean Slate Films at the age of 25. And she did not stop with that. She also has her own lifestyle brand named as Nush. So the point is, many actresses are venturing into the world of business and entrepreneurship, but she has done that a little early when she is in the prime of her career. So that is something to be lauded. And the next person is this personality, who is Mrs. Kiran Mazumder. She is the head of this one of India's largest biotechnology companies, which is Biocon, and she is serving as an inspiration to many women and men with her keen sense of business acumen. She is running this company for a large number of years, and today she is also being honored with a lot of civilian honors from the government of India, namely Padma Shri and so on. So this third personality is Kiran Mazumder, and the fourth personality over here would be Mrs. Gita Gopinath. Very few years before, she was in the news she was appointed as the IMF's International Monetary Fund's chief economist, and she is a person from India who studied in Delhi School of Economics, then went to the United States and studied again, and she is also a professor at Harvard, but currently, because of public service, she has taken up this position of the chief economist at the International Monetary Fund. So the next person over here is Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, who is the Finance Minister of India. She is the second woman Finance Minister of India. Previously, it was Mrs. Indira Gandhi. And the point over here is, earlier she studied at JNU, then she worked with the PwC consulting firm, then she was with the BBC World. So she was at London. So she left her lucrative jobs and then came back to India. And at very challenging times, she is working as a Finance Minister of India, because India is running towards achieving its target of becoming a $5 trillion economy. So at this particular time, she is spearheading the country as a finance minister. Next person would be Mrs. Falguni Nayar. So Falguni Nayar, she is known for running this brand Nykaa. So this is an online, again, lifestyle and a cosmetics brand, but then this brand is in the news for attracting a lot of investors, which means that the brand is doing some constructive and a productive work and actually making an impact. And one another thing over here is Mrs. Falguni Nayar. She was earlier working as an investment banker. She was with Kotak Mahindra Bank. So after 20 years of service, she has resigned and started her own entrepreneurial journey. And the next person over here would be Mrs. Vani Kola. Many people in the startup world might be knowing, might be familiar with her because she is a venture capitalist and she is heading this particular venture capital firm called as Kalari Capital. And she was also working in the United States and then came back to India and then now is running this particular venture capital firm. But the point over here is today's startups who are actually making an impact in India, many of these startups it was actually funded by this particular, many of these startups are actually backed by Kalari Capital. And the next person would be Mrs. Roshni Nadar, and one of India's biggest tech firms is HCL, and the founder of HCL is Mr. Shiv Nadar, and Roshni is the daughter of Mr. Shiv Nadar. The point over here is, though she is inheriting a family business, today she has actually made an impact. Today she has actually carved a name for herself because she is very much active in the field of education, running her own school and trying to create new leaders for the society. And the next person would be Mrs. Ritu Srivastava and Mrs. Muttaya Vanita. Both of them are scientists at ISRO, but the point over here is today's ISRO, the projects which ISRO are doing, it is attracting the attention of the entire world because the products, all these projects are done with a very less amount of money. Take the Mangalyaan mission or you take the Chandrayaan 2 mission, it is said that certain Hollywood films are much more costly than these particular projects, which means the point over here is to run these projects, you need to have a lot of business acumen. You have to consider cost factor, you have to consider various other factors. It is you have to bring all these things together, coordinate all these things together and only make a success. And these two women, the rocket women of India, are making a huge impact and taking ISRO forward. And the next person would be Mrs. Nita Ambani. So we know that she is the wife of India's richest man, Mr. Mukesh Ambani. But the point over here is she has again carved a niche for herself by running this Reliance Foundation, which is again making an impact in a lot of sectors, right from education to hospital. And not only that, in today she is also the she's also the leader of this particular brand. It has actually become a brand, Mumbai Indians. So Mumbai Indians, we know the success of Mumbai Indians, and today it is a reputed brand the world over. And we can understand her again business abilities in running Mumbai Indians. In fact, I would finish with adding one more person as 11th person, which is Mrs. Nivrooti Rai. So she is the India head of Intel. So with 27 years of experience at Intel, she is making an impact in India today by associating and with a lot of governments in India. Not only that, concentrating in the area of artificial intelligence, 5G and much more. So in fact, the list is a very vast list. I can go on and on with this list, but as of now, for today's video, I would like to stop with this particular list. So please share your thoughts in the comment section. Who was the most inspirational person for you and how? And thanks for watching this video. Have a good day.